everybody, welcome. It's episode 1 of the top 20 most common injuries and complaints with athletes, and in episode 1 we're going to be talking about the rotator cuff. Okay, so with athletes that are overhead or throwing a lot of times we see problems in the shoulder, and most shoulder pain is for two reasons. It's a problem with the rotator cuff, and then what's called impingement, where the posture is poor. So we'll get to posture in a later episode, but for strengthening the rotator cuff or getting the shoulder to move better, there's some simple things that you can do at home with simply a stretch band. So you can find these online pretty simply. There's different strengths out there that you can utilize. Find one that's good for you with this activity. You're going to have to kind of play around with this a little bit at home if you've got a bunch of TheraBands or a bunch of bands at home. Okay? So first off, what is the rotator cuff? It's actually a group of 4 muscles that help control your shoulder as you move it in certain positions. Okay, the muscles work in coordination to keep the joint very stable in its socket. Okay, when we have weakness in the muscle, you can have an increased likelihood for discomfort or pain, especially when you go overhead with your hand. Right, so for any of the athletes out there that are throwing a lot, it's really important that this muscle is strong. Okay, so how do we strengthen it? First off, your shoulder has to move well, and then we can worry about stabilizing it. So the first thing that I want to show you is what's called a wall crawl. Wall crawls can be done as a really good warm-up before your sport, or just in general to get your shoulder to move well. So for the athletes out there that are overhead, maybe practice these before you go into your sport, or just make sure that this is a part of your regimen at home. Practice these so that your posture is in good position as you do the exercise. 2 sets of 10 each way, flexion and abduction. Next, I want to show you an exercise that helps strengthen your rotator cuff. Okay, so for strengthening your rotator cuff, there's a series of banded exercises that you can do. First, we're going to show you what I call the sword pull. Okay, the 2 things to focus on while you do this: keep your elbows straight and keep your body in good position. So, aka have good posture, stand up nice and tall. All right, when you're in that good posture, get your hands out in front of you, okay? And then you're going to get a little bit of laxity or a little bit of slack in the band, okay? That way that as you go through the motion, the tension increases towards the top of the motion. Bottom hand is going to be straight, top hand is going to be straight. Come up into this position so that your arm is at a 45-degree angle above horizon. So it's going to look like this. Hands straight, coming up, and coming down nice and smoothly. I'm going to show you from the side now, okay? Good posture. Avoid any extension and flexion or poor posture in your back. Standing up nice and tall, hands go out in front, and I control the motion to the top. And when I get to the top, I make sure that I'm not hiking up. I'm controlling my shoulders and keeping them away from my ears. And then this motion coming down is slow and controlled. Elbow stays straight, wrist is straight, my thumb is pointed down towards my other thumb, and I pull that band across to create tension. You'll feel the muscles in your shoulder working quite significantly, and then I want you to take your time coming down. It's important that you take your time coming down, because when you get to this position, your muscles are really working hard to stabilize that joint. And as you come down, there's more work being loaded on the muscle, and you can have a better effect on this exercise, with this exercise. Okay, so I showed you how to move the shoulder better, right? And I showed you how to strengthen the shoulder, right? So for rotator cuff strains, when you have one, you have to make sure that you're giving yourself adequate time and rest after the injury. And if it's not getting better on its own, and if these exercises are aggravating your shoulder, just make sure that you follow up with somebody to get you on either a better plan or to do more therapeutic activities for that shoulder complaint.